I had just completed a late report, was about to call it a night, when my editor asked me to cover a bad accident that had just come in. And what an accident it was. It must have been around 3:30 when I arrived at the scene. What a mess. Blake's trailer hardly looked like a trailer any longer, rammed up deep into the back of Johnson's trailer. The cab was split in half and on its side, with refrigerators all over the road. What a mess. Police were all over the place. They told me it took almost an hour to get the cab pried loose from that trailer. Firemen were cleaning up, flushing diesel fuel off the pavement. I got Johnson's side of the story right there on the scene.
It started off like any other night, but boy, did it end different. Jack, that's my relief driver, and I were on our way to the terminal, just outside Detroit. We were behind schedule, so I decided to take the expressway, which would cut at least 5 miles off the trip. We weren't too sure of the road, and I missed the entrance ramp. So we made a tight U-turn and headed back. It was outside of town, on the highway. There weren't any no U-turn signs in the area. Anyway, that sharp turn broke the air hose to the trailer's brakes and electrical lines. I felt the trailer's brakes begin to drag and then freeze. Well, that's what happens when the airline brakes. The truck couldn't be moved off the highway. I was getting the flares out of the cab when Blake's truck slammed into the left rear side of our trailer. It all happened so fast. Pieces of glass and metal were falling all around me. It was awful.
I didn't know too much about the other driver. The police told me that he was 26 years old, married with 1 child, and had only been a driver with this company for 7 months. When I got Blake's side of the story, he was still in the hospital and reliving every moment of that awful night.
I've always been a careful driver. Only 1 speeding violation in my 3 years of driving tractor trailers. I had left San Francisco on Monday with a load of refrigerators to drop off at Detroit. That night I felt pretty good and figured I'd get a few extra miles on the road. About 11:30, I stopped at the truck stop to grab a bite and gas up. When I met Ruggles. I hadn't seen him in years. We were old Army buddies, you know. He was hitchhiking, and I didn't see any harm in giving him a ride. We'll be company. We could talk over old times. Poor fellow. Do I wish I had left him behind. They said he died instantly. Well, I guess we had been driving for a couple of hours. The time flew. There wasn't much traffic on the highway, and I had hit a steady pace. We were talking. I guess I didn't notice how tired I was getting. We were well into our old Army days. Joe asked me what time it was. I glanced at my watch. It was 3:15. As I looked back at the road, I thought I saw a shadow ahead. It was a truck. I saw its reflectors. I didn't realize at first the truck wasn't moving. When I saw it was stopped, I slammed on my brakes. I tried to turn out to the left, but it was just too close. The right side of my cab slammed into the left rear of the truck. Poor Joe must have been killed instantly. The door on my left side must have been wrenched off. I went right out after it. At least that's what I think happened. All I can remember is flying through the air. It seemed like a long time. Then I passed out. When I came to in the hospital with a concussion and broken arm, that's when they told me that poor Joe was dead. If only that truck had some kind of a light on it. We just didn't have a chance.